Hey folks, Doom Wizard here. You caught me doing a little editing. Speaking of editing, some of you have asked where you can get copies of D&DP. You can't right now because this isn't even fit to be read. It was just something I slapped together. I am in the process of editing it, actually, and hope to have it out soonish. I have to rework some of the rules that I wasn't too happy with, and I want to put all new artwork in it. Suffice it to say, you'll be the first to know. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Part 3. The finale of the Soggy Ruins of Sentinel Keep. Okay, so after having slain the smelly lizard creature in the debris strewn room, what do you do?
Oh, yeah, there's a door on the north wall, if that's north. Is up north?
The top of the. Well, for now, yeah, we'll say that, yeah. We'll say
All
up
right.
is north.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. How about we try that door? Todd Rogue #1 will try to open that door.
Okay. So while he's opening the door, trying to open the door, what are you two doing?
Podwell's going to be poking around the room to see if there's anything. What is in this room again?
The almost one whole half of it is just nothing but debris from the ceiling, and probably it looks like it may have been a barracks because there's busted
That's
up
right.
like barracks mattresses. And don't forget too that this was where your dagger ended up that you threw at it. So you can always try to find your dagger too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All right.
I'll
Well,
probably look for my dagger.
okay. And what is Baldric doing?
I'm kibitzing with Todd while he tries to
Okay.
get this door open.
Okay, so you're up to the you two are up at the door, fiddling with it. It doesn't seem to want to open. What do you do?
I'm going to try my lock picking kit again.
Yep.
Here we go. My lowest roll was a 3. My dexterity bonus is a 2. That's a 5.
Okay, you fiddle with it for a while, and it just seems like it's beyond your ability to pick it.
That lockpicking kit seems to be, I don't know, whatever, maybe
Defective. I should probably take it back to the guy that sold it to me.
practice. Todd's going to lay his shoulder into it and try to open it.
You
Give
might
me
want to try the
a.
other shoulder this time.
Yeah, okay. You got it.
That one's getting a little tender. Give me a strength roll.
17.
So, Codwell, as you're like kind of ruffling through some junk trying to find anything in amongst here, you hear this crashing sound behind you, and you look over your shoulder, and Todd Rogue #1 is stumbling into the other room, having thoroughly decimated the door. Consequently, Codwell, you not only find your dagger, but it's in the general vicinity of like a small chest about yay big that's kind of covered in slime, slime, not like green slime, but just covered in like mildewy slime. So Todd and Baldric, since you guys are in the doorway, you see this large room on the other side of the door. A lot of the ceiling has caved in. There, you can see the fireplace that you noticed the chimney for outside. But what catches your attention more than anything is these 4 mildewy skeletal figures banging on this other door in the room. You'll notice off to your left, you can see all like ceiling caved in debris blocking the door that you guys were basically banging against earlier that you couldn't get through.
See, it's not
so
my
like
shoulder, it's all those boulders.
Yeah, like the ceiling joists and stuff kind of collapse and are kind of blocking it. The 4 skeletons that are banging on the door to your right, like when you smash open the door, they all kind of like, huh? And yeah, that would be initiative.
Did
Got
I
a
ever find
one.
my dagger?
You found your dagger laying next to that slimy, mildew covered chest just before you heard the door cave in. Okay, well, you win an ish. What do you do?
I'll just tell you right now, if I go first, I'm attacking. So if either of you wants to offer them a meatloaf or something, you should go first.
No,
I don't think I
say-
realized we're in combat, so.
My name is
Yeah, I would
Todd
say
Rogue
James
number
would-
1, and I'm always in combat.
Yes, Codwell would probably be oblivious to the chaos on the other side of the door for this round. Like he could spend his turn
Well, that's
finding
true.
out
So
what the hell all the noise is.
it should be Todd or Baldric.
Yeah.
Baldric, why don't you go first?
what are they armed with?
One of them is carrying a mace. One of them is carrying an axe. One of them is carrying a staff, kind of like a walking staff, and one of them is carrying a sword.
Shillelagh to the torso. They're skeletons.
Okay. So you charge in. Which one do you want to go after? Mace,
one.
axe, staff, or sword?
Staff.
Okay,
15.
that's a hit.
6.
Okay, you basically plow into him, and he kind of staggers back, and bones and ribs go flying everywhere.
Nice.
He's
Dibs on the ribs.
Yeah, he's still up, but he's like kind of staggering back from your attack. Todd, what do you do?
Two-handed sword to the sword.
All right.
17.
Well, that's a hit.
8. Oh, do I
Okay.
add, sorry for this, but do I add what to damage? Do I add any bonus?
Your strength bonus.
Oh, 12.
Okay. You basically lean into him and just shatter him in half. He just bones and pieces go flying everywhere.
Right.
Nice. Well
Make a
done.
nice necklace.
Codwell, you're hearing all this commotion. I'll give you an action. What do you do?
I will probably grab my dagger and start moving towards where the commotion is coming from.
Well, I'll say that's not a whole lot of range. If you want to close in on one of them and attack, you're more than welcome to. Or if
Okay.
you want to stand whatever you want to do.
There's 3 left.
Yes.
Is the
Baldric
one
is
with,
on the one with the staff.
He met him in combat. Therefore, it's a staff meeting.
I think I will.
Take a corruption point for that.
Ah!
No, kidding. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Codwell.
I will throw a dagger at the one that Baldric has hit. Well, that's a natural 2 plus 3 is a 5. I think I miss.
Yeah, that dagger goes sailing. Like Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China, that would be initiative.
As Sun Tzu said, the wise man is better at throwing things at people.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a procedural question. Can you
Mhm.
use things in your burglar pack as weapons?
You can use anything as a weapon if you try hard enough.
Okay.
James rolled the 2, so what do you guys do?
I will attack the guy with the axe.
All right.
That is a 22.
That is a hit.
2.
All right. So you closed in on him and you're fighting him hand to hand, or melee, basically.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Am I still fighting the one with the staff?
Yes.
I'm going to hit it again with my shillelagh.
All right.
12.
Okay. You missed.
I'm
Todd?
going after the guy with the mace.
Dang it.
All right.
And that is a 13.
That's a hit.
And 8 damage.
All right. Yeah, you hit him and he kind of staggers back. Some ribs go busting off. Some of the fabric of his gown, his cloak comes ripping off, but he's still on his bony feet. That's their turn. He'll do the same to you, Steve. He charges at you, takes a swing with his mace. Yeah, that's a miss. The one with the axe attacks you, Caldwell.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hit
Oh,
for 1 point of damage.
oh,
Oh
thank
no.
goodness.
'Tis only a flesh wound.
Just, and then on to Baldric. Oh, that's a hit too. Yeah,
Oh.
that was almost a nat 20.
I'm
Goodness.
not going to actually do it, but I do have 1,000 ball bearings in my burglar pack, and I think it would be hilarious.
That would be.
You
Just throw him on the
you
floor.
take 2 points. You take 2 points, Baldric. 2 hit points damage.
I do?
Yes. That's initiative.
Okay. I'll roll. I guess it's my turn, right? 2.
All right.
job.
What do you guys do?
Do your ball bearings, man. That would be funny.
No.
Yuck,
I'll
yuck,
attack
yuck.
next. I'm going to try something a little bit more sinister. I have a hammer. I think I would like to use a hammer as a weapon.
Okay. Take a swing. Use your strength bonus to hit.
20.
Nice.
I assume that's a dirty 20.
Yes.
D4 damage. So roll 1d4, add your strength bonus.
Oh, add strength bonus?
Yeah.
2.
All right. That's just enough to put him down.
Nice.
He falls and crumbles into a pile of bones.
And stay
Who's
down,
next?
bitch.
You want me to take out Axe Guy, or do you want me to finish off? Or do you want to try to finish off Axe Guy?
Oh, we can
Nice
swap.
guy's still up. Okay, you gonna swap? Trade partners?
Yeah.
like it's a dance. I was because I could take my two-handed sword. If I hit, I could probably take him out. If you want.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Take them out.
All right. Watch me roll a 1.
Yeah, all that talk.
Yeah, all that talk. That's a 13.
That's a hit.
And that's 9 damage.
To the Axeman?
The Axeman. I am the
Yeah.
Axeman.
You dismantle him
All
with
right.
your axe. Codwell, that leaves the mace skeleton for you.
All right. I roll around like the back of Todd as we are switching partners into a long, like with my back into it thrust for 13.
And I give it a little, to give him a little extra momentum. I go. There
You
go.
bump him.
For,
Like,
for
just a
5
little,
points
just
of
a little.
damage. It
All
helped.
right. Well, when you all of that fancy footwork and rolling paid off because he pretty much shattered as soon as you hit him.
When does fancy footwork and rolling not pay off? That's what I want to
And no game I ever want to play.
know. All
All
right.
right, what do you guys do?
4X skeletons. All
What
right.
do the weapons look like? Are they in decent shape?
Well, that's just it. The well, the staff is basically a piece of wood, but it's pretty rotted. The axe, both the axe and the mace are rusted and rotted. Howsoever, the sword seems to be in pristine shape.
Why do you think that one is in such good condition compared to the others?
I am somewhat of a sword expert. All right. Well, Todd will pick up the sword and kind of check it out, look at it, do some sort of assessment to see what kind of sword it might be. Everything.
Well, as it turns out, it is a two-handed sword, similar to yours. It seems to be, a lot better construction as far as like there's little ornate designs, kind of carved into the pommel and the hilt and the guard and all that. when you pick it up to compare it,
Yeah.
when you pick it up, the whole room fills with like this voice going, "Oh, hell yeah. Finally."
Um,
The sword, the sword and as near as you can tell, the voice is coming from the sword.
Does
Well-
only he hear it, or do we all
Oh
hear
no,
it?
it fills the room.
Okay.
so
Yep.
it would appear that this sword and I have a special connection. You guys want my sword? I'm taking this sword now that I have it. Well, sword, what is your name? Says Todd.
The sword tells you, he says, "It's been so long. I forgot. I can't remember what the heck my name is. What do you call me whatever you want. I don't, give me a name. I don't remember what mine is.
Swordy.
How about for now, I call you Tim.
That's the best name I've heard in a long time. Of course, I haven't heard any names in a long time. I don't even remember how long. Where the hell am I anyway?
Oh, you're a sword who does not remember anything. Well, I'm keeping the sword. You guys want to ask it any questions?
Yeah. How is it that you have the ability to speak?
How do you have the ability to speak?
Smart ass sword.
Generally, my species has the ability to speak, but I think I speak for all three of us when I could say that we've never come across a sword that speaks.
Let me
There's a
tell you, buddy,
talking,
you ain't never came across a sword till you came across a sword that can talk.
there was
You
a
just
talking
wait.
bush
I'll
once,
tell you.
but
Mm,
um,
that's a saucy story.
this is would you like to join us on our quest?
Would I? Man, what are we doing? Where are we going?
What do you remember? Do you remember anything about your past life?
I remember a lot of killing. It was great.
Do you like to kill? Any idea what kind of damage you do?
As much as I can, man.
Nice. Well, Tim, you and I are going to do a lot of killing together.
That's what I want to hear.
All right.
What are you guys doing while he's talking to the robotic sword?
Standing mouth agape.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Just like
Your friends act like they've never seen a talking sword before.
It just totally feels like the three amigos and they're talking to that bush, and the bush is just like really chatty. And they end up just walking away from it because they can't discern any
Well,
information.
Onward.
Yeah.
what was it? Where was that chest? Was in the barracks or in this room?
it was in the barracks. You just found your dagger when Todd kicked the door open, and next to your dagger was this chest covered in mildewy slime about yay big.
You guys want to? What's that out to the left? That's just a fireplace right there?
That's the fireplace. Yes.
I got it. Got it. You guys want to try the door on the right or look around this room? I guess we should look around this room, right? See if there's anything. Is the room empty other than Tim and
Well,
4 dead
Rocks.
skeletons?
You, and all the debris, you can kind of piece together. This was probably like a dining hall or something at one point, judging by the busted up pieces that probably were a great table, and there's some chairs, scattered and, shattered.
You guys look around here. I'm going to check out the chest in the previous room.
Right
All
on,
right.
bro.
Okay,
And-
so I'm good.
I was gonna say I'm gonna like check it over for traps if I can.
What class are you?
I am only a sorcerer, so I might not know.
Oh.
I can I'll pretend like I know what I'm doing. Like yeah, this chest is made of chest.
Codwell, listen to me. Listen to me. Codwell. Don't let me ever hear you say only a sorcerer. Sorcerers are very important, and you are a very good sorcerer. All right. We need you on this team. I don't want to hear you selling yourself short like that again, okay? Say it with me. I am a sorcerer, and I am worthy and valuable to this team. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you
Yeah,
say it.
man. Do what the man says, man.
Thank you, Tim.
Hey, anytime, Todd.
I'm getting a little
I-
freaked out by the talking sword, dude.
I am a sorcerer. What was the
Yes.
other part?
Yes, you are. And you are worthy, and you are a valuable member of this team.
And I am worthy and a valuable member of this team.
Thank you. Now do your sorcerer shit.
Okay. Well, since you got the pep talk, I'm not going to have you roll with disadvantage to check for any kind of traps or anything, James.
Okay.
So just give me an intelligence check as you're looking it
Oh.
over.
My best stat.
Just a sorcerer. I hear that.
21.
Well,
See?
it does not
See?
appear to be trapped that you can tell. It's
And if
got
you
a
can't-
little latch, a little latch and a little keyhole kind of, that the whole thing kind of holds it together.
Is it-
Not a padlock, just like a keyhole.
Is it locked? Do I try opening
You got
it?
to kind of fiddle with it, and it feels like it a little bit of muscle behind it. You could probably pop it open because it's in pretty bad shape.
I'm going to test something. I'm going to take the key and I'm going to press the key up to the keyhole.
Okay. You hear a tiny little click sound coming from inside the lock.
Hmm. All right. I will open the chest.
All right. It opens up, and inside, amongst the gross little velvety fabric that was holding stuff in place, you see a small leather pouch and a crystal blue vial about the size of a avocado.
What's in the pouch?
like a Haas avocado
Um,
or those are
it's a non-GMO avocado. So
non-GMO. So it's like one of those big ones you get at Kroger, not one of those little
no,
ones you get at Whole Foods. All right, got it.
those are the GMO
Right.
avocado. You open up the pouch, Codwell, and you see a pretty good chunk of handful of coins down the side there.
Okay. I will cinch it back up and put it in my pocket. And what was the other thing?
A crystal blue vial about the size of an avocado with a cork on top and a wax seal on the cork.
The crystal is blue, or is the
Yeah.
liquid inside?
The crystal appears to be a blue crystalline, stone, whereas or glass of some kind. And the inside, it's hard to tell what the liquid color would be.
Okay. And how big is the chest that I have?
I don't know, probably about yay big, but yeah.
About as big as 2 bread boxes, I think.
Yeah.
Two medium-sized bread boxes or 1 large bread box.
Like a shoebox you'd get a pair of work boots out of,
Like
Okay.
a small microwave, like a college dorm room microwave.
or toaster oven.
Like
Americans will use anything but the metric system.
Yeah.
a medium Amazon box.
Yeah. Then I'll put that in my the pouch in my pocket. And if there's nothing left in this room that I haven't investigated, I will move on to the other room with everyone else.
Okay, so then while he was doing all that, you two are in the other room. Were you checking out the door? Or what were you doing?
We looked around the room for anything else.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you don't know busted up furniture.
Right.
Nothing really. The dead skeletons, the skeletons all over the place.
The undead, formerly undead. We tried the door. See if it opens.
Okay, so you go up to the door, and wouldn't you know it, the
Locked.
door is locked.
Hey, Baldric, would you like to try your lock picking skills again? You could use the practice, I believe.
Sure, why not?
Roll with disadvantage, Baldric.
2.
Nope. You fiddle with it for a while, and it just you just get fed up with it. It's maybe too advanced for your skills.
Your dice are some kind
I
of a
have a crowbar. God damn it!
probabilistic anomaly.
I have a crowbar.
Hey, Tim.
Hmm.
Like, do you remember ever being outside of this room?
I don't even know where we are, dude.
All right, cool. Let's go open this door.
I love that Tim the Sword is a stoner.
Yeah.
Probably like wearing a little grateful,
Hey,
like a Jerry Garcia tie. Yeah.
Dave's not here, man.
Yeah. Dave's not here.
All right. So I'm gonna Todd's gonna do his usual shoulder maneuver.
All right. Give me roll strength on a 20-sider.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you basically blast through that door, and they see you kind of just you put your shoulder into it. The door explodes inward, and you kind of fall in, and the two of you outside, you hear Tim yell out, "Oh, yeah!" Steve, you see this like robed skeletal figure with like long spindly fingers and deep set black eyes just and he's like
Nice.
he kind of when you shatter the door open you see that like he turns and sees you standing in the doorway.
Todd Rogue One says, Tim, this is your happy ending.
I've given a couple
right,
of
give me-
those in my time.
What?
I mean, where I come from, that means something totally different.
Hey, that's whatever, man. I'm not kink shaming. I might kink ask why.
Buy me a drink and I might get into it.
Make it
Some
a
people
big
pay extra for that.
Well, this is turning into an episode of What We Do in the Shadows.
You can see the door where you came blasting in on. There's like debris and stuff laying in the between on the other side of this, skeletal creature. The the ceiling is wide open, that hence all the debris laying all over the place, and the rain is just steady pouring down into this room. Uh and you can kind of see beyond him, like kind of like nestled, sitting kind of in the debris opposite him, is a wooden bucket about, here we go with the measurements again. A big wooden bucket about yay big, just kind of like sitting there.
Is that
And it's in
one yay
surprisingly
big or
good shape.
two?
It would hold a couple of geese, we'll just say.
All right, got it.
So
Understood.
this is the
Um,
room that we're in right now.
That's the room that Steve is in. You're just outside the door. That would be initiative.
And where am I at this point?
Well, I'm gonna say you're in the other room too, but you can kind of see through past the doorway. You can kind of see what's going on in there.
Okay.
Who wants to roll initiative?
4.
The creature puts up his hands, and he says, "You know not what you do. Leave this place."
Okay. Too bad we can't stay.
Can I try flashing my holy symbol?
Sure.
How I met my wife. Let's try that first.
Sure.
Okay. So you brandish your holy symbol, and the creature just kind of like reaches out and goes, dink, touches it.
Okay.
He's not impressed.
To no effect. Okay.
No.
All right. So let's see what Tim can do. Tim, you ready for this? Let's see what you
I
can
was
do.
made for this.
Let's attack this undead thing.
Okay, when you go to attack, Steve, add 2 to your attack roll.
Nice.
You just feel revved up with Tim at your side.
All right. It's 19, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And 5, 6, 7 damage.
All right. That's, he kind of staggers back, like a little surprised that something like that could do that much damage to him.
Good job, Tim.
That's what I was made to do.
That's just
you
a
guys do?
warm up. That was just like just getting back into the swing of things. That was a natural 1, and he still did 7 damage. So not bad, Tim.
Mhm.
I think we're going to do a lot of killing together as long as I survive this little encounter. All right, Codwell, give him what you got.
Yeah, I guess Codwell's just gonna run up and slash at it with his dagger.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's an 8.
That is a miss. On his turn, he like throws his hands in the air, and suddenly there are 3 of him.
Counterspell.
Roll initiative.
2.
And that's what do you do?
Todd attacks with Tim,
All right.
and that is a 17.
All right, that's a hit. Todd's like, take that, you undead. I don't know.
14 damage.
Okay. All right. You again, TX staggers back, but when you swung like that, it just went like a soap bubble, and there's still 2 of them.
All right, so we got rid of one of them. Him. I am Legion. I am Legion, which is 3 in this world. I am yay big, which is like 14 bread boxes stacked on each other. All right, somebody
Rye
else.
bread or
Yeah. Pumpernickel. I forget about Pumpernickel. This is a terrific reminder.
no, not me, man. I think about pumpernickel daily.
I almost bought some at the store the other day, but then I thought, what am I going to do with it? Toast?
Eat it. It's its own reward, man.
Oh,
All
that's a
right,
good
what do you
point.
guys do?
Codwell's gonna swing at it.
All right.
17.
Yeah, you take a swing with your dagger, you hit it, and it goes like a soap bubble.
All right, Baldric.
I'm gonna shoot it at it with my crossbow.
All right. Fire away. Use your wisdom bonus.
15.
That's a hit. Do your damage. 4 points. All right. Yeah, you hit him, and he's like, he lets out an evil hiss, but he's still up. Baldric, give me a strength save. What you do is 20-sider, add your strength bonus. Let me know what you get.
7.
You suddenly feel the inability to move. You're just kind of like, got your crossbow out, like a badass. Probably got one bolt in your hand, getting ready to reload. And you're like, oil can. You're
Oil
suddenly
can.
all your muscles are just frozen.
Bummer.
That would be initiative.
2.
Okay, what do you do?
A attack with Tim.
All right.
Oh, Tim. Tim got a little too excited, and he rolled, and it's a 7.
Well, even with your bonuses,
Yeah,
that's a whiff.
that's a
It's like, oh man, I can't remember the last time that happened. Come to think of it, I can't remember much about the last thing that happened. I remember this though. This is fun.
All right, somebody kill this thing.
Swing with an 18.
Okay, that's a hit. Do your damage.
2 points of damage.
Okay, that's all it takes to put him down. He basically kind of like falls over, like, ah. And when he falls over, like suddenly Baldric is like getting ready to load his crossbows, like, oh shit. You come out of it just in time to watch him fall to pieces. As you're kind of looking around and like, what the hell just happened, kind of thing. You start to notice that the rain is letting up. What do you do?
Let's look around this little circular room and figure out why we're even here, since it's a circular room with only one door. So Todd and Tim look around the room to try to find interesting things.
Okay,
Especially
and
that little pile off to the right.
All right. The one that has the bucket.
Yeah.
What are your companions doing while you're doing that?
Cogwell's going to be searching the body of this the skeleton.
As you're rummaging through the body, you find like in one of the pockets of his mildewy, moldy cloak robe, you find a book that in another lifetime was probably a spell book, but it's so waterlogged that it's hard to read what it would say on the cover. Do you flip through it or what do you?
Yeah, I'd be interested
Okay.
in what's inside.
Okay, so you're kind of flipping through a lot of the pages are stuck together, a lot of the ink is all kind of blurred, but it looks like there's 2 or 3 pages in here that are probably in good shape and readable. What is Baldric doing now that you're thawed?
I think I'm leaving this room.
Okay. You got to go back into the hall,
I
or you got to
really
go
don't
further
think
than
that. Yeah, I mean, unless there's something to these kind of is this stuff down at the bottom kind of lower right? Is it just debris?
Yeah, because the ceiling is completely gone in this room.
Okay.
So you
think
figure
I'm-
that's more of the stuff that has fallen
I'm
over,
leaving
fallen
this
down.
room and going back out into the hallway.
Okay, when you step out into the hallway too, you notice that the areas of the ceiling where the rain's been coming in, it's almost not even raining anymore. Uh, uh, Todd, what do you do?
So I was looking in the area where the bucket is. Did I see
Okay.
anything there?
Well, you see,
Worth seeing.
there's a bucket, and the bucket's full of water, and at the bottom of the water is a red cut stone about yay big.
I reach in the water and pick up the stone.
Todd
Yes.
and
Codwell.
Codwell, give me a dex save.
I'm going to use my luck point to re-roll.
Okay.
I forgot
Uh,
about that.
14.
Mm,
I shall do the same.
all right.
14.
Caldric, you hear like this just sound of rushing flames as like a tongue of flames just shoots out the door, missing you. You two inside, as soon as you pull that gem out, it ignites into a ball of fire that fills the room. And each of you takes 2 points burning damage.
Tim says, pays to buy the best.
Give me a dex check real quick.
14.
Okay. When it explodes, you drop it. It falls back into the bucket.
Okay. Oh, all right. All right, guys. We're going to take this with us, but we're taking the bucket too because we're going to leave it in the water for now. Just, on a hunch.
Baldur's like, what the hell?
Hey, I have a bias for action. Sometimes action is not what was warranted. All right, so Todd picks up the bucket.
It's almost too bad that Baldric didn't use all of his steel balls on the floor.
Whoop! Spells out, catches on fire again.
So, is it possible that the stone has this impact only when it's touched as human flesh? What if we just poured the bucket out onto the ground? What would happen outside?
If you'd like to find that out, I'll hand you the bucket. I'm going to
You're
stand
more than
here while
welcome
you
to
guys
try.
Man, now I'm wishing I hadn't killed that other dude. We could have had him try that. What was his name?
Popo.
Popo.
Oh,
Popo?
Topo? Yeah.
Oh, sure, that's okay, but I want to use his head as a battering ram, and I'm like, the worst person in the world.
Worst witch finder ever. It's night. You guys are pretty beat up. Some of you more than others. You
Yeah.
could choose to spend the night in this place. You could head back to the village you left, the Farden, or you could mosey off on your merry ways to further adventures.
Well, how far away is Farden?
It'd take you a couple hours to get there.
Okay, so we're definitely not heading back to Farden before we sleep.
I want to take a nap.
All right.
Yeah, Codwell's going to
you-
go around, gather what little dry detritus he can to try to start a fire in the fireplace.
I have candles.
Oh, Todd's gonna borrow some candles from Baldric and set up a nice little table, light some candles, maybe pour a couple glasses of a nice beverage,
Mhm.
put Tim at one side of the table, sit on the other side of the table and say, let's have a proper conversation. I mean, the way we first met was we kind of jumped into this thing pretty fast. Let's get to know each other a little bit.
Are you breaking up with me, bro?
No. This is like, think of this as like our
No,
first date.
I
That
think he
sounds
wants
like
to
you're
get
breaking
together
up
a
with
plate
me.
of worms and do Lady and the Tramp.
That's what I
Can
was
you
going for.
feel
Yeah.
the love tonight. A boy and
We
his sword.
should get to know each other. I know we connect on a physical level.
I
I want to
think that
connect
we
with
should.
you on a more of an intellectual level.
I think we should
Mm.
start a fire and sing some really dirty songs.
Ooh, let's do it.
You guys managed to rustle up enough dry wood amongst the rain-soaked stuff.
Dry wood.
You get a small fire going in the hall where the table was and the fireplace is. You sleep through the night without any worries. In the morning, everybody gets some hit points back.
Nice.
You all get 1 hit point plus your con bonus back the next day.
Can Codwell read those pages at any point before he goes to sleep, or?
Yeah. As you're reading through them, you find a couple of intact spells. That a couple of them you recognize from the fight earlier, and you also find a few like random pages that aren't completely blurred, talking about how it seems like this magic user or sorcerer and some of his other fellow sorcerers had gotten together and like accidentally created this pyre stone, and in order to keep it from burning, they cast a bunch of spells that caused the rain to set in. And after that, the pages start to get the words start to get blurry, and it's hard to tell what the rest of it is.
I like that they spent all this time like trying to cast spells and stuff to tame the Firestone. The idea they came up with that finally worked was put it in a bucket of water.
Hey man, they were desperate. Okay, so it's morning. What do you do?
I suggest bringing the stone back to Farden and seeing if we can't get a good reward for it.
Right on, brother. I'm with you.
I'm in agreement.
As you step out of the keep, you got the front area that has the gate that you came in on. And, off to your right, you see the tower. There's about maybe 30, 40 of those little hairy, greasy, grimy, snarly dog people. And they're all like,
So while Paul was out of the room, I was telling Steve that we talked about this on my podcast. So I was telling them about the whole I had never played D&D before, and you guys were like, "What? You've never played D&D before?" And I was like, "Yeah, like the first episode we taped, I said it was like having sex for the first time. I kept asking, "Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right?"